3, 4, 2, 1. It's time to start this madness. I've suited up because evidently the Giants are going to need someone to play free safety and strong safety. Evidently, you're going to need somebody. No matter I got to turn that down here. So you know what? I got the pads on again. I'm going out to camp tomorrow. When you have Julian Love, Xavier McKinney, and the injured rookie Dane Belton as your three safeties on the roster, you know it was time to suit up. You know it was time. Everyone knows that free safety was my original position. Got the old pads on. I look a little bigger than Dahmer, I think. Anyone makes these look good. But you know, we got the official the official roster came down off of Mount Olympus today. And we just got the official 53-man roster. Now, it's not official, but it's official enough. And I have it on my phone. I haven't pulled it up on here yet. And it's crazy. It's you know, you knew this was going to be an interesting roster. You knew the Giants were going to be I don't even know how to phrase it. I don't even want to get into the fact that we have 10 team captains. We have 10 team captains. 10. You normally don't have 10. You normally have 2 offense, 2 defensive, and 1 special teams. Usually 2 special teams. You usually have maybe 6. 10. Are we back in high school? Sometimes with this team, you think they can't go to another realm. But then they go to another realm. I'm seeing Logan Ryan was released. They're saying that he's heading back to New York. So let's take that. Bucks released Logan Ryan, but he could return soon. There looks like the Bucks are bringing back. There looks like the Bucks were bringing back LJ. What's up in the big his house? Looks like they are bringing back Logan Ryan, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is. You have 2 safeties. Up, what's going on? The official Rams channel. Let's go the official Rams champ. We got Tom in the house. We got LJ, of course, there. 10 is excessive. 10 is a little bit excessive. 10 captains. You're on a 53-man roster and you have 10 captains? Are we going back to the high school shit again? Because I hope we're not. Even in high school, you don't have 10 captains. Can a team even dress 10 captains? I don't even know. Blackbird McKnights is what's up. I thought Roche was going to make the roster. I didn't think he was going to make the roster because of the fact that I thought he was I thought Roche was a little bit on the bubble because he wasn't really getting time. But if you look at the roster, right now you got Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. I got people texting me. I can't read texts in this. So running backs, you got Saquon, you got Matt Bethea, you got it. I'm shocked by the Antonio Williams. Antonio Williams can't return kicks. We don't have a punt returner or a kick returner on this roster. Williams can't return kicks, and he fumbled. Gary Brightwell was not a shock to me whatsoever. 7 wide receivers. You got to keep Kenny. Salary cap is precluding us from moving on from him. You got Sterling Shepard, Kadarius Toney, who's I love this because they have a new phrase for Kadarius Toney. There's a new injury report phrase from Kadarius Toney. It's no longer doubtful. It's no longer out. It's now hopeful. We are hopeful that Kadarius Toney could play. He's not doubtful. He's not questionable. He's not probable. He's not out. We're hopeful. You got Wan'Dale Robinson. You got Darius Slayton still on this team. And then you have your 2 guys, Sills and Richie James Jr., 2 guys that wouldn't even be on a regular team's roster. The tight end position, which I thought was going to be a strength of this team, is now looking like it's a hot mess. Daniel Bellinger, you knew kind of was going to start, but he is not in concussion protocol. You got Tanner Hudson, we just picked up, and you got and Chris isn't going to be here, so we're not going to talk about Chris. You got 9 offensive linemen. So you have your starters, Thomas Lemieux, who still can't practice, Feliciano Glowinski, Neal. You got Joshua, the big rookie. You got Hamilton, you got Bredesen, and you got Max Garcia. Oh, I don't even want to talk about that yet. You got Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Justin Nelson, D.J. Davidson, Nick Williams. This is the funny part. You have 12 linebackers. We have 12 linebackers to go with the 10 captains. Now, of course, those linebackers in this team are going to be moved more towards a quasi linebacker slash defensive end positions. But you're taking Thibodeau, Ojulari, of course, Smith, Blake Martinez, Ward, Crowder, Brown, Coughlin, McFadden. Oh, Shane, can you see? Calitro and Fox. 10, 11, and 12. 9, 10, 11, and 12. I don't get. You took those over Quincy Roche. And then the best part is, this is the best part. Okay, this is the best part. You have 12 linebackers. You have 17 players between the defensive line and the linebacking core. I love this. Now, you ready for this? We have 5 corners. So you know there's a corner coming. You got a Dory Jackson, Aaron Robinson, Holmes, Flott, and Williams. Flott couldn't cover a blanket with a bed. Holmes, we have some hope for. Aaron Robinson's always a step behind. And Rodarius Williams was a really nondescript player this year. You got Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, and the injured Dane Belton. What's up, JR? What's up, Junior? What's going on? Yes, I see they cut Leatherwood. I like Leatherwood. I like Leatherwood coming out of college. I would bring him in for depth piece. I sure would. I don't care. Tom says, I don't care for the tight ends. Just play 5 receivers. We have 5 wide receivers. You have 12 linebackers. Of your 53-man roster, 17 players. 17 are on your defensive line and your linebackers. And you're carrying 5 corners right now. The Philadelphia Eagles, who I hate with a passion, go out and make a trade for another starting corner to go along with Big Play Slay, Bradbury, because they're making a move. They're making a move. What move are we making? I knew this was going to be bad. I knew it. I knew the roster was going to be bad. And I love it because you go on Twitter and people are like, this is a pretty good roster. Reminds me of the movie Major League when they, Willie Mays Hayes, Ricky Vaughn, Pedro Serrano, and everyone's going around Cleveland going, who the hell are these guys? Who the F are these guys? That's sometimes what you're looking at. Oh, I love it. Pimp was like, people are crying because Alex Bachman was cut. Seriously, people. When Alex Bachman is you're upset about getting cut, then we do have problems. Alex Bachman, though, deserved to make this team over David Sills. He had 19 receptions, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, makes plays on special teams. David Sills can't return punts. David Sills can't return kicks. David Sills cannot play special teams. But luckily for David Sills, he has the simpatico relationship with Daniel Jones. Yeah, anytime that David Sills goes up against non-Home Depoters, he flames out. He played the first quarter of the Jet game and nothing. Hurst, it's a rebuild. Shane's cutting the fat. Big changes coming after season. Yeah, but it's sometimes with the big changes coming after the season, you still want to be competitive. I'm hoping there's a lot of moves coming. I'm hoping that. I would bring in Leatherwood. He could play. I don't know if he's a great guard, but he could play guard Leatherwood. But he got cut after his rookie years for 17 games with the Raiders. That's not what you call it. That's not what you want to see. Yes, Leatherwood got cut. Leatherwood got cut about an hour ago. Let's see here. Yeah, I see the Jets cut Jason. Yeah, I saw that. Possible safety for the Giants. He's not really a scheme fit. I'm not saying that he is, but I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I hope we go get O.J. Howard. I would like to get I like O.J. Howard. I liked O.J. Howard when he was in Tampa. I liked him a lot. Where we go, Jake, because we need salary cap space. Next year will be, next year. You know what, and Jake, I'm not making fun of you, but everyone says next year will be so different. Here's the problem. We still got to get through this year. Not next year. We still got to get through this year. I love it because things are bad. The roster's kind of in flux and bad. Because I got my Giants season tickets and I got them back. So what happened is, I got an email from the Giants today. I was on the waiting list for parking passes. I was on the waiting list because you figure there's a big waiting list. I was on the waiting list. Oh no! Miraculously, I can get a parking pass. Right, 5 minutes after, and I get a parking pass. Oh my God! No, wait until you see get 50. Like then I'll rant. I'm gonna rant soon. Don't worry. There's a rant, but I want to get to everyone's comments. What are people's thought on this roster? She's like, going now. I'm going out this weekend. Going out tomorrow. We got to get rid of at least 2, 3. We have 12 linebackers. 12. 5 defensive backs. And I know this isn't the final roster. You have Dane Belton, who's coming off an injury, who's a rookie who I have no idea about because he's missed most of camp now. You got Julian Love, who I like Julian Love as a person, but I can't see him as a strong safety. You got Xavier McKinney and no one else. And then you're carrying 5 corners. And we don't have anyone on this roster who can return punts. Look. Remember when you return a punch, you look up, you look up. See, I return punts once in a while, but was never good at it. I never could figure out looking up and looking down, looking up and looking. I always lost track of the ball. They didn't let me return punts after one game. Oh my God. What's up, Sack Attack? All super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Jack Attack says David Sills is a product of the Big 12. No defensive policy. The rosters won't make any logical sense. We are lacking in position or need corner, safety, wide receiver. Yeah. But how do you carry 17 guys? How do you carry 17 guys on the defensive / linebacking core? 17, and you only carry 8 in your defensive backfield? And only 3 safeties. So you know this is going to change. You know this is going to fluctuate. You know we're going to get there. What's up, Anthony? Why do we insist on keeping O'Shane? He sucks. O'Shane, good point. O'Shane can't play the run. O'Shane still has one move that he had, the same move out of Old Dominion. I have an O'Shane Zimenez jersey that I bought his rookie season because I liked him coming out of college. Boy, that's been hanging in the closet for 4 years now. I like Fox. I do like Fox. I pointed Fox out during, what's up, Herschel? Fox is a high-risk reward type guy. I like Fox on the roster. I really do. I actually talked about Fox during the preseason game, during the Bengals game. We chatted about Fox. Let's see here. What's up? I was laughing so hard at the safety depth. No, it's not OGR. I'm coming in. Coming back. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. They need me. Enfor says people are talking about the easy schedule and this team will be better, but I doubt it. If you look at this roster objectively, not subjectively, look at it objectively. How many guys on this 53-man initial roster would be on a regular team? Let's count. How many guys would be on a regular team? I'm going to give Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. Let's see. I would say Antonio Williams, Mark. Let's see. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I see about 16 guys on this roster that probably would not make a regular NFL roster. And that's being nice. I see 16 guys that are pretty much bubble players. But you know, we have hope. Zach says 50. That's 16 guys. I just want to. We have hope. Because you want to know why we have hope? Because it can't get worse. We were so bad last year. Even we know we're going to be bad this year. So it shouldn't pray. You know, I just want to put General Akbar in here. Come on, General. There's a drop. Oh my God. I just don't know. It's trash. It's not trash. It's not. Tim's going to cut Dominic Palmer for his roster guest. 0-17 draft young. I don't think we're going to go 0-17. I don't think we're going to go 0-17. But how can you not have a guy on this roster who cannot return punts right now? You are 2 weeks away, basically, from opening day. You're strong. Your backup strong safety still has a broken collarbone. He was on the practice field today with the red jersey. Still has a broken collarbone. We are hopeful about Kadarius Toney being able to play. You have Kayvon Thibodeau, who's still nursing an injury, so he's probably a no for week 1. You also have Azeez Ojulari with a calf injury. What's up, LeVar? I'm here. Let's talk. I'm pissed about Roche. Quincy Roche, Quincy Roche was in the doghouse from the moment he started this training camp, and I don't know why. He was in that doghouse. I don't know why he was in the doghouse, but since the moment before he was in the doghouse. Man, Tim, I saw Malik Willis preseason game as the Cardinals. Tim, remind me how they couldn't throw to the middle of the field, 3-4 completions in a game. Man, he should be a giant. You know what the best thing they say about Malik Willis is, and I said this a million times before they even drafted him. It's not that I was worried about his accuracy because I like his ball placement. Accuracy in some ways can be taught. Ball placement cannot. It's an instinctive thing. And he's got great ball placement, which leads to better accuracy. And what Vrabel did, Sorry. What Vrabel did was he made him stay in the pocket. He didn't let him run after that first preseason game when he benched him. He made him stay in the pocket to become a pocket passer. What's up, Greatness 81? A lot of fudge rubble ice cream this season. It's a great comfort food for a horrible season. The Giants will be a top 5 in the draft. They might be. What is Christopher Secker says? Hey, Tim, what's good? This roster's better. What's good? This roster's better get better. It's got to get better. It really has to get better. It does. Damian says, Tim, you said you couldn't get any worse, but anything is. I should shut up, shouldn't I? anything is possible. What do we got here? We got, stop it. People wanted him to have the taken earlier than the 3rd round. He should have been taken earlier in the 3rd round. Scouts who have, and the prognosticators have said about Malik Willis, if they were redoing the draft right now, it would be Pickett 1, Willis 2. And honestly, I think it's the other way around. 10 team captains. I love it though. 10. I want to be a team captain. Can I be a team captain? Can I get a what? Can I be a team captain, please? Please. Great balls of fire. What does Jovi Esquire have to say here? Let's see here. I only hope to get high-profile players before the trade deadline, i.e. Barkley, Leo. Well, you can't trade Leo. You can't trade Kenny. You can trade Barkley, but the cap hits for this year and next year would destroy the team. And I love it because we've heard all the crap. We've heard all the crap about Kenny G. We've heard all the crap about the smooth sounds of Kenny G. We did. We've been hearing this for how long? And I love it because now Dable comes out and says, well, you know what? This is what you used to do on the sideline. You know what? We've seen what we wanted to see from Kenny G.
Bringing you the smooth sounds of Kenny G. $72 million. Not worth it, as you can plainly see.
LJ says, make sure you hit that like button. Pimp Name Slickback says, yeah, Kurt Warner said the reason he wouldn't draft Willis is because he had multiple elite and unteachable traits, like the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL today. Very few are average game managers. He's got a cannon. He's got a bazooka. Tim, JR Sports, can be the team captain for part. I can be the team captain. Can I be a team captain? Come on. I'm a team captain now. Oh, wait. I just got an email from the Giants. Congratulations. You are now a team captain. Oh, great. What's up, Mr. Alvarez? And to be fair, Malik got his PTS from online. Yeah, he did. Would you trust Nola after being sacked 50 times a game? No, I wouldn't. I would run every time as they could. OGR Sports could be the captain of the Julian Love fan club. Todd Taylor says, could have Tibbs, Neal, Willis with our natural draft picks instead of tiny bubble. You know what? Okay, listen. I want to talk about Wan'Dale Robinson. Frankie, the sounds of Sinatra and the way we look tonight. Sinatra's all here. Let's talk about Wan'Dale Robinson for a second. I'm not sure Wan'Dale Robinson's taller than the Dahmer, to be honest. I'm not really 100% sure he is. But and him wearing 17 is just a joke because after you see Plexico burst and Dave Brown, but he needs to learn to protect himself on the field or he's going to get himself killed. There was a play against the Jets where he took that pass and he got rocked. And if he does not, they talk about Daniel Jones needs to learn how to protect himself. Wan'Dale really needs to learn. Wan'Dale's going to get his bell rung a lot. Dumb question. There are no dumb questions, Gilbert. Dumb question. How many days are players on waivers after they are released? They have to go through the waiver wire. And then it goes from the worst team to the best team. And if they clear waivers, I think it's 24 hours. They clear the waiver wire, then they can be signed by any team if you're not claimed off waivers. Anthony Richardson. I don't know about Anthony Richardson. Got to wait and see what happens. We got Frankie says, let's see. Fox is on the 50. Yes, I like Fox. I pointed out Fox a couple times. I also pointed out Fox during the preseason when we were at the game. I like Fox a lot. Do I think he's going to be a difference maker? Is he better than keeping? O'Shane, can you see? How do you keep O'Shane Zimenez? I love it because they go, we kept him because he's more athletic. Have you seen him play in 3 years? Just 4 years? Have we watched him? Are you kidding me? Have you not seen Wan'Dale play? Who cares about his height and look at him? Okay, there's a lot about football. I'm going to tell you something right now about football IQ. Football, I was what they refer to as a smart player. I was not what they refer to as a physically gifted player. Football IQ gets you so far. He does not have the blazing speed of Kadarius Toney. He does not have the moves of Kadarius Toney. He's 5'8", and he's going to get lost in the sauce at times, and he's going to get wrecked if he does not learn how to protect himself on the field. And you watch that against the Jets. Love the pads. Thank you, Frank. I love the pads too. They're hot as shit though. These lights are hot today. I'm not excited about I am not excited about next year's draft and this season. You know what? We just gotta Gotta wait and see what happens. We gotta wait and see what happens. We also have Wandale's. We don't know if Wandale's a good player. What, he's got 1 catch, 2 catches this preseason? Haven't seen him return a punt. Seen him do nothing. Can we get a punt returner on the roster? 31, Jason Sehorn. Does anyone have flashbacks? Because if I see a Dory Jackson out there who was my CB1, allegedly, returning kicks, I might have a conniption. I think Wink did not like Roche since he was a Steeler at one point. I don't know what they had against Quincy. I really don't. But he was buried second, third team all camp. All camp he was buried. These pads are getting hot. David Sills finally made it to the 53-man roster. Yeah, woohoo. David Sills. Oh, let's see. We got another Giant alert. 53-man roster. Make moves to reduce to 53. We already got the roster. The Giants have finally put out the 53-man roster on their website. The Giants are very slow at getting their information up sometimes on their website. But you are carrying 17 guys. You are carrying 17 linebackers. I love it. Oh, you know what I can do? I just thought about this. Watch this. We're going to make magic happen.
That's what she said.
We're going to make magic happen here, guys. Because that's what we do on this show. Because you know what? There's nothing that I won't do for my subscribers. Case in point, our wonderful Coaches Club ticket giveaway. I'm thinking of not giving away. I'm thinking about not donating the money to the charity next month and actually just taking the super chats and turning around and doing another Coaches Club ticket giveaway. So we're going to throw up the Giant roster here. We're going to throw up the rooster. So we're going to go here. Let me see here. Where can I throw this roster up? We're going to throw up the roster here. We're going to go. Oh, we got to go to banners. No, I don't want to go to banners. How do we do this again? I did this once before. Oh, here we go. All right. We're going to throw up the roster here. We're going to go to screenshot and we're going to give everyone a better chance to see this roster. Here we go. Open that roster up. Here we go, guys. This is magic happening as this is coming directly from the Giant website as we're talking. Here we go. Here's the Giant. Here are your 1983. Here are your Giants. All right, I'm going to, let's see here. We have, and like I said, look at the defensive line. You are carrying 5. And I love it because now they've broken out the linebackers as inside linebackers and outside linebackers. Oh, my goodness gracious. Everyone just take a look at the roster. It's like I got a guy that's sweating to death. Oh. Everyone just look at the roster. Don't look at me. Don't look at the man behind the mirror. Oh, my God. Get this thing off. Holy crap. Arms grow. All right, let's look at this roster now. All right, we got the roster up here. I'm back. Back in the saddle. I mean, it's interesting to say the least. It's an interesting roster. We're gonna go off the roster a second here. We're gonna go back to branding. What am I doing here? We're back again. I had to take the pads off. I had to take the pads off. I was sweating to death. I was dying there, but that's the Giant roster. Look at that. We have gotta put the comment section back up. Mark Stewart says, what's up, Tim? What do you think of the 53-man roster? I think you got 17 guys between the linebackers and the defensive line, and you're carrying 8 defensive backs. I think that's a bad combination. I think that's a bad combination. Sack with Super Chat says, what does he say? Why are we carrying 6 running backs in the fullback? Because I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and, Platts and Gummer is not on the roster. Platts is not on the roster. And actually they're saying that Chris is not a tight end. He's a running back. Platts doesn't need to be on the roster because of the fact that he is a, guy. He's an NFL guy. So, What do we got here? Well, I don't think Madden will let you smack that many line. Yeah, I don't think Madden will even let you have all those linebackers. 17, 12 linebackers. We got 12 linebackers. We're carrying 5 defensive backs in reference to corners. We're carrying 3 safeties. Oh my God. What do we got? Irish Rovers saying, I'm happy about Fox. I do expect a lot of movement the next few days. This is where Shane better make his money. This is where Shane better put up his cash. This is where he is the blackjack dealer at the casino. It is now time to make his wares, to Shane. It is now time. You have to now turn around and make something happen, Captain. This is what you need to do, Shane. You need to make something happen. Oh, you know what I can do? I didn't think about this. Watch this. Because I am such a professional. I am such a professional. Hold on. Being a professional that I am. Oh, we got some porn. Those that do not know, please subscribe to Mega 69. They are one of our new sponsors. It's mega69.com. The best in putting porn that you can get. You always got to have the porn. How about Plexico Burst? Plexico Burst. I mean, really? Oh my God. Okay. Open system tab. Chrome. What am I looking for? I need Safari. Where's Safari here? Okay, here's Safari. There we go. Can I share that? Let me see if I can share that. Let me see if I can share Safari. No, it's not letting me share anything. Freaking hate technology. What do we got here? Blackbird says, we have been building for a decade. We have been building for a decade. And like I said, let's throw the roster back up. All right, let's go it this way. All right, let's be logical and honest about this. All right, those that would probably not make a regular NFL roster. You got Chris here, you got Platzengummer, and you probably got Williams. So you got 3 guys right there that probably wouldn't make an NFL roster. Tanner Hudson wouldn't make an NFL roster. You're probably looking at Hamilton, Garcia, got Big Joshua, and Bredesen probably be like the 52 men or 53 men on a roster. Richie James probably wouldn't be on an NFL roster. Same with David Sills. So you got another 2 guys. If you take a look at the defensive secondary right now, on a good team, you're not going to have Dane Belton, Cordell Flott, and you're not going to have Rodarius Williams. Same thing with Justin Nelson's, Nick Williams. Same thing with I like Kalitra, but Kalitra's been in the league for 3 years. I'm going on 4 years now. He's bounced. This is his 4th team. You wouldn't have Cam Brown. You wouldn't have Tate Crowder, and you wouldn't have McFadden. You wouldn't have Fox. You wouldn't have Smith. You would not have Ward or Zimenez. Those are all the guys that you would probably not have on a real NFL roster. And I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest about it. What does Todd say? Well, if you can't find the leader of Nation's a girl. Ward is, yes, that's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now. In the Wink system, you have 17 guys between these 2 positional groups because they are going to call them quasi linebackers edges. That's what we're looking at. What does Pilot have to say here? Looking at the free agent waiver wire corners, who else would you personally consider targeting our cap? That's the problem. We got like $6 million in cap space, and he's going to need operational cap space throughout the season. So it's going to be different to look at right now. Zach says, Adoree Jackson is punt returner. As we know, punt returners should not be. That's the best part. Your punt returner, Jason Sehorn, should not be, Jason Sehorn, your starting corner. Your starting CB1, Jason Sehorn. No. Same thing when we used to have Odell return punts. You don't do that. Oh my God. Who gets to wear 17 in the season? The punter or the wide receiver? I think probably. I think it's going to go to Wandell. I don't know. We gotta. Those are things we need to see. What do we got here? Moet Olson says Michael Thompson for Kenny Dallas both need to change. You can't. The cap just doesn't work. I know everyone wants to get rid of Kenny and bring something else, but you can't. The cap doesn't work. We have no money to get rid of Leonard. We have no money to get rid of Kenny. You can get rid of Saquon because it's all non-guaranteed. It's only $8 million. We're good though. Wandell was a great player last year in college in Kentucky. You're selling people on a few preseason snaps that your take is not realistic. Sure, it's realistic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Which one of us worked in the NFL? Which one of us played in college? Which one of us usually right about everything? I don't know. You're in timeout. You're in timeout.
That phrase is trade.
Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here. Not up in here.
Not up in here. You don't come in here and talk to me in my chat. Hell friggin' no. Oh my God. You can't bring back Isaac Yiadom. This is the best part. Isaac Yiadom is probably going to be a starter in Texas. Baker got waived. Apple is still with Cincinnati. So you can't bring back Isaac. Arrogant. Yes, I am arrogant. 100%. 1,000%. You don't want someone to be arrogant, then go watch some other channel. Sorry. Sorry. Don't care. Oh, that's the beauty of me. And listen to Mazinga say it right here. Get up the likes. Get up the chats. You know, this way I can be twice as arrogant. That's what people say. I love people go, you're cocky and arrogant. Yeah, no shit. Really? Wow. Didn't know that. Thanks for coming in and let me know that. Frank S says, Shane in year one with a quarterback he did not draft. I agree. Pickett was available. When he was forced to draft a quarterback, he's in year two already. Next year, the new quarterback is a couple years away if he pans out. The one thing I like about Shane in the quarterback situation right now is the fact that this year, everyone knows we're going to be bad this year. I should rephrase that. Most of us know we're going to be bad this year. And what happens is you draft a quarterback in 2023. You've extended your shelf life as an NFL GM. You've extended it because now you're saying if Daniel Jones flames out, I didn't have my guy. I didn't have my quarterback. So now you get to go and you get to draft and pick your quarterback. You get to do that. When is this? Why is it saying that I got that back on again? Why don't I have that back on again? I don't think I have that back on again. Oh my God. What do we got here? Frank S says, then you are at year 5 and Shane and Dable are gone. Do you see a cycle here? Yeah, but you see what I like about it is, like I said, you get your opportunity. You get your chance. You get your chance to then pick up a guy. What does James have to say? James Williams just sent me a text. James Williams' 40th birthday is coming up. Looking back in life, I appreciate it. I'm not going to read that. Not going to read that. But James Williams' 40th birthday is coming up. His 40th birthday is coming up during the game, during the weekend of the game that we will be there. Let's see here. I'm also texting people. I know I'm arrogant and I text people. How stupid are people? Let's see. Tim gets cocky when he shows the rooster. The rooster, man. The rooster is just. I don't know what to tell you about the roster, but you know what, the roster is what it is. What did he say? Oh, you know what? We're gonna have a guest here. Hold on. I have to invite some people in here because I need someone to calm me down. I need someone to calm me down. So we're gonna drop in a guest or two. Because you know what? That's what this is all about. It's not just about me talking. It is about me talking. Let's not lie. But it's not just about me talking. It's about getting everyone's opinion, getting everyone's thoughts in. Hold on, we're gonna drop someone in here. I gotta send some things around here. There we go. We got that done and out of there. We're gonna also open up the chat a little bit as well, so we can get everyone to come in. Anyone to come in and talk. Mr. Alvarez said, with the lack of corners, hell, I would even bring back Jackrabbit Jenkins. I don't know if I'd bring back Jackrabbit. I don't ever think I understand the whole situation of Jackrabbit and what he said, and how people took offense to that, but it was a different regime, it was a different time, it was a different team. I can't bring back Jackrabbit whatsoever. Zach says, so if you're making the roster, would you put on, Tim, if you were making the roster, who would you put on it from the players that we have? I would have kept Sills over Bachman. I would have kept Quincy Roche. I like Roche quite a bit. Like I said, there's not talent. That's the thing. We don't have a plethora of talent. And that's why I laugh. So, I mean, there's not many guys. There's guys that I would scan on the waiver wire. You need a safety. You need a veteran presence at corner. I mean, let's just be honest here. Let's be honest. You need a veteran presence at corner. I mean, if you take a look at this. I like the only thing I like right now is our running backs. That's the only thing I like right now. And like I said, the wide receiver, it's just the wide receiver situation is just crazy. Richie James is 5'8". Wandale Robinson is 5'8". Are we reinventing the 80s Smurfs from the Redskins, the Fun Bunch? Are we reinventing that? David Sills is a 3-year nobody who has 2 career receptions and 1 drop and disappears anytime there's any competitive talent on the field. And I knew this roster was going to be bad. I knew it was going to be bad. So I'm not sitting here telling you anything. I'm not sitting here telling you anything you don't know. Because most of the people in this room are intelligent. There's some stupid people. I'm just joking. But most of the people in this room are intelligent. God, it's amazing I only have 11,000 subscribers. I'm so kind to people. Oh, my God. You say I'm cocky, but I say, what? It ain't bragging, motherfucker, if you back it up. Let's see here. What do we got here? What is happy pre-birthday? Happy pre-birthday for the James Williams. We got N4 coming in saying, Joe Shane is a genius. He has the Manning Passing Academy in June. Got to interact with the 2023 class. Levis, yeah, Stroud, Young, Richardson, Van Dyke, Shane, yeah. I'm hoping to God he's a genius. I really do hope to God that Shane is a genius. I hope Shane is the smartest general manager since George Young. And I hope that he's playing it all. He's playing us all. And that's what I'm hoping when you'll take a look at this roster. But you know what? That's my hope. I have hope. I do have hope. I wouldn't have season tickets if I didn't have hope. That's not Mr. Wakefield. It is so pathetic how many people we have on a team that would never make another team. Yeah, we counted. You probably missed it, Mr. Wakefield, earlier. We counted 16 guys that would probably not be on normal NFL rosters. They probably would not make the slots of 50 to 53. And I've said this a gazillion times in the last week. If you're normally on a 53-man roster, if you are in the final 3 spots, don't unpack your bag. Because more than likely, you're either going to the practice squad or you're going to get waived. On this team, I think you're looking at from 46 to 53. Because I think the roster is going to be that much in flux. Which I think is fine. Which is fine because we're in a rebuild. This is a rebuild. This isn't a reorganization. This is a rebuild. Hey, Todd says, hey, the Smurfs could play. Charlie Brown had 1 good year. What's his name? Harper had another. There's a lot of small guys. The Smurfs. Frank S says, Tim's thought Tim's chair would be blue, not orange and black. Secret Bengals fan. Now it's starting to make sense. No, actually, it was on sale. It was called being cheap. It was on sale. It's comfortable because I do a lot of work. I do a lot of work on the computer, so it was comfortable. His college resume is the reason we drafted him. He had the whole season. It's funny. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not even going to talk about Wonder Robinson because then you can also tell me Kadarius Toney's college resume, his last season after 4 years in Florida, was the reason why the Giants drafted him. They drafted him as a redundancy to Kadarius Toney. Let's be honest. They know Kadarius Toney is a flake. That's why they drafted him in reference to redundancy. Because you don't take another slot receiver when you have a team full of slot receivers. Mike says, I feel like we're going to cut at least 4 linebackers for a safety, corner, offensive line. You have to, if you take a look, let's look at it again. Let's pull this roster up one more time. You figure you're going to have Calitro, like I said, you're probably going to get rid of Cam Brown. Here's my other problem with this roster a little bit. The special teams guys. I'm not seeing a lot of really good special teams guys. I'm not. Cam Brown is a special teamer. Carter Coughlin can play special teams. Tate Crowder does not play special teams well. You take a look. You're going to have to run out Smith, O'Shane. Smith has done nothing in the year. You're probably going to have to run out Smith, O'Shane, and Fox and Ward. You don't have a ton of speed guys that are going to be playing special teams. Darius Slayton does not play special teams. Chris Sterling Shepard does not play. Wandale does not play special teams. David Sills does not play special teams. You have no speed. You know what? You got a lot of gunners, and back in the day you used to have wedge breakers, but you can't break the wedge anymore. But there's not a lot of speed in our special teams. Antonio Williams is going to have to be there. Kerry Brightwell's going to have to be there. But there's not. You don't have a plethora of speed within your special teams unit. So I think you might be right, Mike. I think we are going to probably move 4 linebackers for a safety, offensive lineman, and defense line. I think you're 100% right. We're going to drop in the Dahmer, the Dominator. Dahmer got a haircut since the last time he was here.
I did.
Yes,
Evening all.
you say what my dad used to say. I didn't get a haircut. I got all my hairs cut.
That's what she said.
Hey, wrong button.
Have you got a new sponsor on the old razors for gentlemen's areas that every sports channel seems to have these days in the UK?
You know what? I refuse. You know what's funny? They have these people go and call your channel and they send you emails and they want you to sponsor like men's whatever and like the sport betting things and the ticket things that people do sponsor. And I see it on everyone's like sponsored by DraftKings, sponsored by. I turned them all down. Shockingly enough, I turn down sponsors like at least twice a week because they don't give anything back to your subscribers.
That's
you get
not true.
$5 off a ticket that costs you $200 if you use the coupon code for SeatGeeks.
Wow, what can I say? But it's not true though. You didn't turn down all sponsors.
Well, the porn.
Well, the porn and it's related to porn, but a certain strip club or gentleman's club. Sorry, we're upmarket in Soho.
Let's turn Dom off. Hit the wrong button. But like I said, I turn them down because if you don't give anything to the people that you are working, that are working, not working, but watch your channel, what's the hell's the use of it? What does Joshua say? Joshua says, being 5'8", hope Wan'Dale Robinson balls out. So do I. Oh, Joe Reb's in the house. I got Greg in here too. Hey, Tim, I am done with the social media giants group. People on there have Jones looking like Joe Montana, winning 10 to 11 games and going to the playoffs.
And then they won't.
Dom, do you want to take that?
Presumably they've not woken up from the pleasant dream they're having, right? I mean, with this roster, I don't feel Mahomes takes us 10, 11 games, right? Let alone Daniel Jones.
I don't know if he stays upright. I honestly, I don't know. Can he stay upright? That's the question.
I mean, Jones when he's running, no, or Mahomes behind this offensive line.
We knew it was going to be bad, Tom. We knew it was going to be bad. Alex Sports says high.
100%.
Alex says but high. Yeah, he says high. Alex Sports says Tony is bigger than Wan'Dale. Yeah, Tony's football 6 feet.
Yeah, I'm 5'9".
Dom's 5'9", and it's funny when you stand on the sidelines like you were 2 weekends ago or last week.
On the sidelines or on the fence?
When you were standing on the fence, but when you stand on the sideline,
all right, yeah.
How different size-wise do some of these players look? Some of these players look mammoth.
A couple of them look absolutely.
And there are some guys you look at and go, I'm bigger than him.
Beavers, Jesus Christ. I mean, McFadden looked like, honestly, he looked like me standing next to him. Yeah. But as you say, some of them just look tiny, tiny. I couldn't see Wan'Dale all night because there were people in the way.
You couldn't see
me and the other children mascots.
Oh my God, Greg from Sweden, what's going on, Greg? Who is our punt returner kicker? Dom, who's on this roster's returning kicks?
I was joking with you earlier, Dory Jackson.
Dory Jackson. You know what else? I literally almost threw my phone across the pond and hit you in the head.
I won't lie. I went on a bit of a fishing expedition to see if I could rile you up a little bit earlier with some of my messages.
I know you did, but I don't pay attention. Alex Sports, what's going on, Alex Sports? We have lost 5 people because Tom showed up. We were at 90. We were at 98. We're at 83 after I clicked on.
Zach, can you stop pointing this out? I enjoy coming on.
Don't help Dom. Don't help Dom any more than he needs to. Mazinga says Dom is going to the U.S. was like the time Mr. Bean came to the U.S. episode. I didn't see that episode.
I don't think I actually it's ringing bells, but I don't remember much about it. James, I hope you're feeling better, my man.
James says, Dom, I'm mad. Dom, I'm mad. I miss you, brother, but so glad you came out and had a good time. The Dahmer, Wallace says, the Dahmer has bad head picks. Dom, the Dahmer, man.
Dom takes bad not just headshots. You can name the whole lot of it. I take a terrible picture.
No, you don't. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Me like to welcome you to Munchkin Land. I just wanted Dom to do it once. We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. Oh my god, I love the one person when they said we did put up the pictures last time. Oh, the porn's back, and they said, is Dom your kid?
Was
Dom your kid?
like what? Was I like? I can't remember what you call it over there. The Make a Wish Foundation kid.
That was another good one. Make a Wish Foundation. Damon Jacks, but sponsors make you a real YouTube channel. I don't care. I think he's being sarcastic. Damien's always being sarcastic.
I think you need to press button number 8.
Here's my thing, and I've said this to every person that has tried to sponsor this channel. Unless you are actually giving something away to the subscribers, doesn't make sense to me. If you giving me $5 off a $200 ticket does not make sense to me. You want to give, and I told SeatGeeks, you let me get 10% off a ticket, and they were, for 10% off an entire order. I will then be a shill for your company. But telling me you're going to give me $5, I'm spending, let's say I spend $600 on 2 tickets. You're going to give me $5 off.
Wow. I mean, you can't buy that sort of affection.
And then the Razor people are even worse. The Razor people are even worse. I love it because I'll post the emails one day. I'm on the wrong computer for my work emails or someplace else, not on this computer. Dom is sending you a shirt, James. Oh, and hit that like button. Greg says, maybe we are tanking for somebody. No, maybe we are tanking, but Dom was on Tim's shoulders. But Dom, let's look at, you can see the roster. Let's look at
I got it up.
Let's look at the roster.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have to. Where on this roster group right now? What would you refer to as the strength of the 2022 New York Football Giants? What is the strength of this roster?
Special teams.
No, come on, seriously.
Okay. Special teams.
Seriously, Dom. Seriously, what is the strength of this roster? You have to pick a strength. And I want to see in the chat right now, what is the strength of this roster? We got the roster up. So, Dom, what is the strength of the roster?
I mean, probably the running back area. It is probably there. It is probably one of the strengths. Although I wasn't shocked that Williams made it, I would have liked to have seen Corbin make it. I mean, you can't call it the defensive backs, you can't call it the O-line, you can't call it the QB, you can't call it wide receiver because we have no outside threat really, or no decent outside threat. Everything's in the slot. Outside linebackers could be interesting with that scheme, but I think running back.
What is the weakness? Special teams.
Everything else.
If you had to pick a weakness, what is the weakness? Secondary. Which part of the secondary? See, because they have a team listed as defensive backs. I break it down as defensive backs and safeties. So your defensive backs are Flott, Holmes, Jackson, Robinson, and Rodarius Williams. And you have 3 safeties, and one of them has a broken collarbone.
I mean, the weakness in terms of the players on the roster is the cornerbacks. I think the concern is you're carrying 3 safeties, but I don't expect to be carrying 3 safeties by the weekend. I think we'll be carrying 4 at least.
Well, you're gonna have to.
I'm expecting one to be added, and there'll be but I think even by the weekend we'll be starting to make the moves.
We have 2 weeks. Well, I think we're gonna start making the moves as soon as they're gonna put in some waiver wire claims.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm not expecting the safeties to be at 3 by even by the weekend.
See, I worry about what they're referring to as the inside linebackers. Cam Brown is a special teamer.
That's not great either, is it?
Austin Kalitra played with 3 teams in the last 3 years. He started as a rookie. Going back, I think it was in Jacksonville. Carter Coughlin, I don't know how Carter Coughlin will make this team. He was never on the field. Tay Crowder is an undersized middle linebacker. Blake Martinez is coming off the injury. And I like McFadden's athleticism, but I think at times he has issues. And with the fact that he's not as athletic as people think he is, I think Beavers was more athletic.
And bigger. I mean, McFadden's one of those players you look to try and develop over this year, right? I mean, he's going to have issues this year, but
we have 2 of those guys, development guys. We have 3 of them in Brown, Carter Coughlin, Tay Crowder, and O'Shane Zimenez.
I think some of them, you're being a bit optimistic or pleasant to them in terms of calling them development guys. I think they are what they are. I think McFadden is a development guy because look, he's first time in the league, etc., etc. And we need to see what we've got. Now that could make him awful. It could make him a passable player. But he's the interesting one, whereas the others we've at least seen before. And yes, you can talk it's a different scheme this year, etc., etc. We've still seen them before, and we know roughly what they are.
Let's see in the comment section what people think are the strengths and the weaknesses. Let's go in the comment section. I saw some comments here. I hate when I lose the porn. I can see a hobbit in the middle. That'd be dumb. James Marks wants to know how James is doing. Meh. Technically, I love meh. I love when the comment starts with meh. Technically, we don't need a punt returner, or maybe we'll try to block each one of the punts. It's gonna be the movie Friday Night Lights. When the one team plays the other team at the end, and the coach never punts the guy in the red team, and he just go fourth down, go for it. That's what the Giants are gonna do.
Well, that's fine. We can do that. It's the other team we got to worry about because we got no punt return.
The Giants cut. Can't
we get that one from that movie? Oh, I'm throwing David Hockney or whatever his name is because I feel like it.
David Putney.
Close enough.
You know, it's funny. Dom and I were talking about how we have never seen Draft Day. Neither of us have seen the movie, but we know all the quotes from the movie because of YouTube, and they only play the snippets. And I want David goddamn Putney because I goddamn feel like it. Raiders cut Alex Leatherwood. Realistically, do you think the Giants sign him? I don't know if he makes it through waivers. Leatherwood.
I was going to say it depends on who wants to pick him up through waivers. I'd like to think we're putting a claim in for him on waivers.
Leatherwood to me I liked Leatherwood coming out of the draft. You
really did.
He played 17 games last year for the Raiders. And I'm not sure what happened there. The Raiders are eating $7.9 million in dead cap move just to get rid of this guy. He was 17th overall, signed 4 years.
I was going to say he was a first-round pick, and everyone projected him as a reach. And probably at 17, he was a reach.
He was a reach 17. If you would have taken the second or the third, I wouldn't have had a problem. He had according to the Venerable Pro Football Focus, he had the second worst rating in starting guard in the NFL last year. He was also a rookie. I mean, I don't. You know what? I like the Raiders. But I don't know what the hell they're doing.
He was a rookie in what was a very dysfunctional organization.
Very dysfunctional organization. He was a rookie. You're giving up on this kid way too early. If I was the Giants, I would put a waiver claim in for Leatherwood. I still like Leatherwood. I think he could be a guard. I think he could be a solid guard in this league. I don't think he is going to be at all pro. I don't think he's going to be a Pro Bowler.
I mean, you take him over Shane Lemieux, right? You take him over, who else have we got? Let me.
Dude, do you want me to put the pads back on? Because that would take me over Shane Lemieux. I don't understand this.
You can get them on and off a lot quicker than I can.
I don't understand this because I know how to do it.
That's what she said.
Well, and they fit.
And they fit me. That's true. I don't understand this love affair Giant fans have with Shane Lemieux. I don't get it. He was bad his rookie season. He was hurt and bad last year, and he's hurt and bad this year.
Well, can we say he's bad yet? When he's been pretty much hurt the entire time.
Yeah, I can say he's bad. I can say that because I'm cocky and arrogant, so I can say this.
Oh yes. It's your channel, so you mustn't say what you think because that would be against the
that
rules,
would be against the rules
and the sensitivities. Look at me getting all sassy.
The problem is we don't have group think here. People are allowed to have independent thoughts, even stupid people. You're allowed to have independent thoughts. It's a wonder why I don't have more friends.
But that's okay. Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
Why don't I have more friends? I have too many friends. I'm trying to get rid of friends. They keep showing.
See you later.
All right, that was easy. One down.
Yeah, I kind of asked for that.
You did kind of ask for that. You did ask for that.
I don't suppose any decent centers have been released.
Members and content make for a real YouTube channel. You're right. Frankie says, running into a storm from liquor store with a bottle of vodka. I dropped it 36 times as I finally got to car door. I tripped over my feet. Pickett the new Herbert. Shame on Shane. I'm going to tell you this right now. I think we're going to rule the day that we passed on Justin Fields. Justin Fields, I think, last game was 14 for 16 for 3 touchdowns.
He's going to have a season and a half to if he does anything with Chicago this year. Their wide receiving group is awful. The team is I mean, people say we've let Jones down. Nothing compared to what Chicago are doing to
No,
Fields.
nothing compared to Chicago. What's done? Todd says, how about if they offer a medium Pepsi? Well, they offer a medium Pepsi. I might do it. Let's see here. Jones isn't the guy, but scared we will take leave us if he can't play running back. Obviously wants Stroud, but if you watch him plays the game. I'm not going to talk anything. You know what? This is the thing that kills me. Two broads in the house. This is the thing that kills me. I am done talking about people in 2023. I have to get through 2022. I have season tickets. I got to get through 2022. I can't talk about Wednesday of next week on Tuesday of this week.
That requires forward thinking and planning, something we're very much known for.
I'm not very good at planning. Mr. Albert says, no respect to him, but I knew Wandale was a reach when the insiders tried to say the other teams wanted him so badly. Found cough, Daniel Jones. I'm not saying he's a reach yet. Well, yeah, I did say he was a reach. Who am I lying? Yes, he's a reach. Plain and simple. And I worry about his size. I worry about his stature. And I mentioned the play against the Jets where he basically got killed behind the line of scrimmage and he got flipped over. I worry that he needs to learn how to protect himself.
I think where you have changed your mind is on why we look to draft him.
I did change my mind on that because now I understand he was a redundancy pick for Kadarius Toney because Kadarius Toney is a knucklehead and a bad rapper. So to throw that in there. Now, most people say, all right, let's see. We're looking at RF says the strengths are the running backs and the linebackers. Alex Sports says linebackers are our strengths. We got OVO, that XO. It's a lot to say. Lion and linebackers. Big Dash. If you don't know Big Dash is an upcoming giant YouTuber. He's taking the mantle of Online Big Blue because I'm just getting tired. So if Dom started a channel, I would say he's taking the channel. He's taking the mantle of Online Big Blue as well. Defensive line. Go to his channel. Go to Big Dash's channel and subscribe. I'll wait. Oh, open up another browser and go to his channel and subscribe. I always forget that part. Something wrong with me. Don, what's wrong with me? Todd says,
well, you got a Bengals chair for a start.
I don't have a Bengals chair. I don't have a Bengals chair. You've been in the chair. It's red.
I know it's red. It looks orange on the screen, but it is red.
Yeah, it looks so. That's it does look orange on the screen. It does look because you know what? Because I don't know. Oh, you know what? I got the link.
It's because you're Tony the Tiger.
Everyone, go to Big Dash's channel and give him some love. I put it in the comments because I don't know how to put it in the thing. Shut up, Dom. Nobody likes you. RF, he says quarterback.
Send you some instructions.
Yeah, you might need to. You saw me. You should have taught me how to do Twitter. It says cornerback is the weakest. O-line isn't far behind. Yep. And he also says then linebacker. Mazinga says, what do we got here? Hanging out in the quiet desperation is the English way. Tom McParmer. Christopher says front seven or the linebackers is a strength. Big Greg from Sweden says we will have 5 injuries on the defense after tackling Travis Henry. You know, that's the thing. If you look at it, we have Travis Henry. Let's go back.
Derrick Henry, isn't it?
Derrick Henry. Thank you, Derrick Henry. Thank you. Greg, why the hell am I listening to you?
Well, hopefully he'll run like you did on Madden with Derrick Henry.
For those that do not know, Dom is a little bit bitter because I kicked his ass in Madden. I haven't played Madden like in 6 years.
I told you in advance I suck.
Yeah, well,
that's what she said.
Who on this team is stopping Derrick Henry? DJ Davidson did not look
Graham
good.
Gano.
Huh?
Graham Gano.
Yeah, he's got a concussion. DJ Davidson did not look good this preseason. Justin Ellis is okay. Dexter Lawrence is not a run stuffer. Neither is Leonard Williams. Neither is Nick Williams.
I'm concerned about who's going to be nose tackle. I mean,
well, the nose tackle right now they're saying is going to be Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, I know. I'm concerned about that.
Maybe they'll release Alvin Tomlinson.
Well, you know, if he wants to come back, he's more than welcome.
He's more than welcome to come back. Yes, he is.
I'll fly out and drive him back to New York myself. No problems.
Hit the like button. Help Tim in the channel. I appreciate that. That's one of the mods. Strongest to weakest. Strongest to weakest. Running back, outside linebacker, defensive line, special teams, offensive line, corner, wide receiver, quarterback, tight end. The tight end room, I tell you, I thought the tight end room was going to be a strength. I really did.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Seals-Jones obviously being injured doesn't help that, but it's a surprising selection, I think, in the tight end room.
And also, we still have. Thank God he's not in concussion protocol. But you have, you have Bellinger who's coming off a concussion.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Mayerick, right, is a tight end rather than a halfback, right? I mean, I think.
I love this one. I'm getting sick of the crap I'm hearing on other giant channels. So unrealistic. Well, James, what the hell are you doing then? Don't go anywhere else. You had the rest. Now you have the best. Alex Sports says, shut up, Dom. I think this current giant team is going to be gutted. Only a few players I can see in the future here. Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
100%.
Gary says, until the Giants make better second or third round picks, we will not get out of the holes that we are in. I don't disagree. Hard
to disagree with either.
There's a lot of stuff I can't disagree on. Our strength is our water boys, our team doctors, and our weakness is Daniel Jones. No, our team doctors are terrible.
Team doctors terrible. I know we were so close to 3 for 3. If he just stopped at water boys, we were there.
You were so close. Leatherwood, Jefferson, OJ Howard. I would take all three. I would do all three. Like I said, I think you need a tight end. Tanner Hudson does not float my boat.
No, I'll take Austin Allen any day over him.
Austin Allen gets cut. He's going back to the practice squad, but it's almost like the Titanic there. When you have Tanner Hudson as your starting tight end and he's backing up your rookie. We have so many rookies I have no problem playing rookies. I really have no problem playing rookies.
You don't want to be playing. You're starting 22. On both sides of the ball can't contain 6-7 rookies, and
bad teams play multiple rookies. That's it. Hit that like button.
You can't.
You can't hit the like. Let's try to get to 100 before we sign off here. Todd Taylor says draft day sucks. We never seen that.
Assuming he means a film, which we've neither of us have seen.
It's Bo Callahan. Bottom line is you cannot build a team until you have a quarterback. Giants have had the pick to get Pickett. They choose not to. They do not get 4 or 5 years to rebuild in the league period. They're going to get 4 or 5 years because this organization is not going to retread it again.
Not unless you do something really stupid like Dable decides
like Joe
line up in victory formation on your own 5
twice
in a row. Twice. I can't remember. Did we also call a timeout in between?
We probably did. But yeah, I would have got Malik Willis. But we'll have 7 injuries on defense after taking Henry out week 1. Well, the problem is you also have Ojulari and you got Kayvon Thibodeau who are still going to be questionable week 1 right now. Christopher said, how the hell did Beavers make the 53-man?
He got hurt.
He got hurt. He's not on the 53. He's hurt. He's hurt.
He's out for the season. ACL, wasn't it?
ACL, yes. You know what's funny? Because we saw him. I laughed because we saw him walking off. You saw him. You were there, Dom.
Yeah, he wasn't even limping. I mean, he was limping.
He wasn't even limping. I think
I genuinely thought he was just walking down to the locker room.
Here you go. Here's a shot of Beavers walking off. He had no help. He had no assistance. When I tore my ACL this first time, I heard like a pop. I mean, like a loud pop, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't get up. I rolled over, started crawling because that's what you have to do. You got to start crawling. Couldn't get up. When I did it the second time, I could walk on it. But it was funny though because it swelled up right away. And when the swelling went down, I knew there was something wrong because I would walk, and if I walked the wrong way, I'd fall to the left. I'd just be walking, so not be laying on the ground. That's when I knew something was seriously wrong.
Was it your left or your right? Because you said left and went right.
Because everything's reversed on the camera.
See, smart.
I'm not as dumb as I look.
Also,
it's just a second here. Bring him in for depth. That's about Leatherwood. I would bring Leatherwood in. Why not? Leatherwood team up with. That's the other thing. Team up Leatherwood with Neal. You will get a Pro Bowler. Look at the numbers at Bama. I don't disagree with that. I think Leatherwood just needs a change of scenery. I personally think the Raiders are still dysfunctional.
Oh God, yeah.
I still think that.
I mean, imagine if you took Derek Carr out of that. Honestly, I think Derek Carr was holding that team together last year. I really,
Still
really
are.
do.
He still are. They still are. They probably think he's related to Mario. Many him. RFD says Giant fans love Lemieux because he's the only Giant opening day starter that didn't give up a sack. He didn't play.
But he didn't give up a sack.
But he didn't give up a sack. He didn't give up a sack, though. You're 100%. Mark Thompson from Barbados. What's going on? All teams that passed on Leatherwood at waiver time cost too much, around $6 million. $6 million if he is a starting guard, that's not a lot of money.
It is for us, though.
It is for us. I love it that this is why the Raiders are so dysfunctional. You ready for this one, Dom? The quote from the Raiders, after they released Alex Leatherwood, we tried to trade him to all 32 teams and no takers. So you tried to trade him to yourself?
Yeah, but they weren't prepared to give up
the Raiders. We tried to trade him, we weren't buying. Those Raiders thought they were tricky, trying to pass the Raiders onto something else.
That's too stupid for me to even actually get through the sentence.
It was pretty funny. What's the over-under on how many games Tony plays this year? I think he's going to play 7.
Oh, do you know what? It seems low,
nice.
but not ridiculous.
That's being nice. We need to sign Tweeter. We need to sign Tweeter and Billy Bob from Varsity Blues. Lance can't make it. Lance is still recovering from the knee injury. But how many? What's the over-under on Tony? On the game?
I'd like to say. You'd like to say all 17, right? But I mean,
you would like to say a lot of things.
I was thinking more in the region of 10, but you know,
if you had to pick a shocker on this roster, Dom, you had to pick 2 guys. And I put up the roster again. I also want to see it.
Yeah, I've got it on my screen. I can.
If you had to pick 2 guys on this roster that would surprise you in a good way, and be honest and don't be sarcastic about this, in a good way, who are those 2 players and why? And don't take forever.
Well, it's tricky. I mean, I think McKinney's going to have a big year, but I don't think that's a shock at all. I mean,
2 guys.
I'm looking around. I'm looking around, and I'm struggling. I mean, Kenny G is going to do better than last year. He's going to be a big upgrade on last year. He's going to get 1 touchdown. He's going to get 1 touchdown. I mean, I'm genuinely struggling to see a real sort of leap. I think McFadden could be interesting to watch his development, but I don't think he's going to be an all-star. I mean, I'm really am genuinely struggling beyond seeing how the rookies go to see someone that I'm expecting a huge leap from this year. I really am. I genuinely am. I'm not sure I could give you 2. How about you?
2 guys I've suited back up.
Oh God.
I had to suit back up because you know what? The Giants just called. I picked up the phone while you were babbling because I wasn't paying attention. And they said, Tim, we need you back at safety, brother. I told them, well, I'm old, I'm slow, and I probably can't tackle anymore.
And they said they said you've made the team.
And they said, sold, you're good. I mean, 2 guys that I think could surprise. I actually had I actually thought about this.
Yeah, I figured you might have.
That's why I asked the question. You know what? If I think Smith, if he can ever get his ass on the field for an extended period of time, could be a guy that could shock some people. And I think Brightwell, who runs the ball hard,
that's what she said.
hits the hole hard,
That's what she said.
is another guy that if he's put in the right position, I think he could offer something to the organization, to the team.
I mean, Brightwell's a good choice. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced on Smith, but you know, as you say, if he makes the field, then maybe. But I mean, you're looking at it really, and I was babbling, but I was struggling to come up with a couple of people. I mean, and that is a worry. You know, beyond the rookies, who we hope we'll see good things from.
That's the link to Big Dash's website. Big Dash knows he's a giant YouTuber. Tyrone says best player in the SEC is not a reach dude. Stop letting his height blind you from his talent. Mr. Kentucky stuff said enough. Okay, Tyrone. Question for Tyrone. Who in the annals of NFL history is the shortest wide receiver? Because he's not listed as a slot. He's listed as an outside wide receiver. He was in the starting lineup as an outside wide receiver. Who is the shortest wide receiver that you know in the annals of NFL history who had a all-pro career for an extended period of time? And we got the porn back. Who? Just give me an example. Just what 5'8"? Name a 5'8" wide receiver who was a showcased guy on his team and for an extended period of time. If one more person, I'm going to rant a second here. This is what you do when you used to get tired in the game. Hang on, ladies. If one more person compares David Sills to Ed McCaffrey, I'm going to fly to London to punch Dom in the back of the head.
Why me? I've not done it.
Because you're probably Wayne Corbett is not an all-time wide receiver. Wayne Corbett. I love that one. Wayne Corbett. And I'm sorry, Steve Smith was 5'9". Said 5'8". Darren Sproles was a running back. What is wrong with certain people? That's all they can come up with is Steve Smith. It's great. Ed McCaffrey had a career before he went and did what he did in Denver with his 3,000-yard seasons. He was actually an NFL player beforehand. Don Beebe was a special teamer. Oh my God. You got to ban everyone from the chat. Laces out, Tim. That's right. Laces out. Yes, that of course is from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Laces out. Let's see here. If Joker and Barkley can stay healthy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, $10, whatever. I don't know. I'm going back and looking at some of these numbers.
That was a bet that if Jones wins MVP, you win something like $300 million trillion on a £10 bet.
I got $1,500. Someone bet me $1,500 that the Giants are going to win the NFC East. And I can't remember.
Take that all day long.
I already took it. I don't remember who it was in the chat, and they were back in the other chat, so I could find their name. But they bet me $1,500 that they're going to win. I said, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Can we make it $1 million?"
I mean, we'd be lucky not to finish bottom, and that's not to disrespect Dable or Shane. I mean, it's just we have a bad roster.
We have a bad roster. I don't blame Dable or Shane for this mess, but you can't sit here and not let me complain about it.
I mean, there always, whenever a 53-man roster is released, there'll always be things that people would do and to say differently. But there are several things on this roster. I think, really, all right then.
I mean, but I
don't think this is the final roster, like you've been saying. For weeks.
I don't think
there's 7 to 8 moves that is going to happen, no question.
I don't think this is the final roster at all. I really don't.
I mean, it never is the final roster, but there'll be significant changes this time.
You know what we need to do? We need to do like they do on fashion shows. This segment's called "Who Wore It Better." And those shoulder pads, you almost look like you're not a hobbit.
Who was the 5'8"? I'm guessing.
Everyone's coming up with Steve Smith. Everyone's coming up with Steve Smith. Great, Steve Smith. So we got one player, and Steve Smith was 5'9".
You can say I'm going to go with no one.
It's not that there's no one. It's just the fact that there are not a lot of 5'8" quality starting wide receivers who've had extended periods of longevity in this league. And for someone I hope someone was jokingly wrote Frank Gifford, because Frank Gifford was 6'1". I saw Frank Gifford. He was 6'1". Darius Slayton. Do you think Darius Slayton is a surprise?
No. I mean, I would have carried him on the roster. We've talked about this before. He's a genuine wide receivers in wide out as opposed to the slot. Secondly, if you're looking to trade him, you keep him on your roster. So no, I don't think it's a surprise.
Steve
I
Largent
think
was
he might have been surprised, but
Steve Largent was 5'11".
I was thinking about Tyreek Hill, but he's 5'10", so
I love this one.
I knew Hill was quite short, but
I love this one because this one's going to you, Dom. Since when does 5'8" and 5'9" matter? Ask Dom.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it.
That extra inch, yeah, give it to me.
6.
Let's see here, Tim. I'm too tired of hypotheticals BS. The kid proved himself on every level. What? He's not proven himself in the pros. He's not proven himself on any levels. He has not proven himself on every level. He had one good season at Kentucky. Sonoris Moss, thank you. How many times do I have to say it? Wandale is going to have an irrelevant career. I don't know if he's going to have an irrelevant career. I can't say that. I can't say that.
We don't know. We don't know. What we can think is that we think he was taken a bit early, and that his size and the inability to protect himself may be issues. However, we don't know what he's going to do. He could be a very, very good receiver for all we know. We just don't know until we see him go out there. Because preseason is preseason, right? You know, you look at Jamar Chase last year, everyone killing him for dropping everything in preseason.
He did.
I think he was pretty good last year.
He was second in the league in drops, though.
Yeah, but he still had a pretty decent season.
He had a great year. He had a great rookie season. But he was second. In all fairness, he was second in the league in drops.
He was, and he will probably drop more this year because I think people are going to have film, etc., and you know he's going to be targeted far more. But you just don't know. Just because you have a good or a bad preseason doesn't mean that's how your season will go.
Yeah.
And we need to see what happens with him and see how he gets on.
I love this one. That's why the height take is irrelevant. Let me talk about the height take. How many 5'8" quarterbacks are there besides Doug Flutie? How many 5'8" starting corners are there? How many 5'8" linebackers outside of Sam Mills are there in the annals of NFL history? How many 5'8" safeties? Yeah, height. I'm going to break some news to you. Height, weight, size, and speed. It's kind of important.
I mean, what did the scout say when they spoke to you about basketball? Seriously, I mean, it's true.
If I was 7 inches taller, I would have had a I would have had a scholarship.
Different sport, but I was talking to a scout in the summer, and he was talking about a lad on the pitch, and he was concerned about his height. They're 6. He was concerned about his height already, and you know how tall because there are certain positions in certain sports where height, unfortunately, does matter.
Doesn't matter. And I've told this story before. A guy from Purdue came and scouted someone on our high school team, and I was playing center at 6'1", and I have great moves as a 6'1" center. I was great as a 6'1" center in high school. And after the game, I had something like 28 points and like 17 rebounds. Something I can't remember exactly what it was. And he came, and to Dom's point of the story, he came to me after the game and said, "If you were 7 inches taller, I would be here scouting you." And I told him, and I've told the story a million times, I'm going to work on that.
But you can't teach height. You can't.
And that's what people have always thought. You can't teach height, Tim. You would have been a great basketball player, but you can't teach height. Giants should have signed the kid Drew Brees. But you're talking about everyone's bringing up 1 or 2 players. That's the problem. Everyone's bringing up 1 or 2. You figure there's 53 men on a roster. There's 32 teams. The NFL's been around for 100 years. And you're giving me Drew Brees and Steve Smith as your examples of people that were short in stature that could play. Spud Webb could dunk. Bugsy could play. Bugsy, you know, in the electrical basketball, it was like 5'2". Again, Don was jealous. But he could dunk. But there's always going to be people that
exceptions to the rule.
Thank you. There's always exceptions to the rule. Steve Largent was 5'11". There are people that don't know that. Don with the helmet and shoulder pads looks like an extra from the movie Little Giants. Yes, we've already discussed that. He was the redheaded in the Little Giants. T-Brad says,
I wore it better.
He did wear it better. Is there anyone that was cut we should take a look at? I have not scanned the waiver wire yet, to be honest. I have not scanned the waiver wire, and I have
everyone. We should be looking at everyone.
You know what? That's a great point. We should be looking at everyone. Wes Welker.
There was
with the slot guy.
There was one wide receiver that has hit waivers, as far as I'm aware. He's certainly not made the roster. That I am a little bit concerned that might come in, and that's Josh Gordon because of a Kafka connection. I'm not convinced.
No, they're not going to bring. They're not going to
I
bring.
really hope not.
Oh, Wes Welker was 5'9". People love it because they're like, you're so mean because you said 5'8". He's 5'9". 1 inch is this.
But was that? And wait. Was that a college 5'9"? Because if so, then he's definitely 5'8".
Then he's definitely 5'8". That's true. That was pro 5'9". That was pro 5'9". Tim, why is no one talking about how Dable lied to us about Tyrod playing with the starters? Do you think it was a call from Maris saying, hell no, we don't want a quarterback controversy? I don't think it was. I think he wanted to get him in with the starters. He actually did play some of the starters, offensive line starters and the receiving starters on Sunday. So I don't really think I don't think there was anything against that. RVFD says extra inch, give it to me. See, that's the thing. People, Ramsey Barton. Let's not talk about Ramsey Barton. Barton was huge. Barton was a big guy. He was a bum though, but he was a big guy. Deshaun Watson, Hines Ward are few recent names of players not listed. I'm 5'9". I stood taller than both of them. But again, how many players are we talking about in the NFL? And these are the guys that we're coming up with. You should be able to come up with, I don't know, hundreds. And Hines Ward was 6 feet. So that's another problem. Hines Ward was 6 feet tall. I don't know how tall Deshaun Jackson was. I remember Hines Ward was 6 feet. Let's look up Deshaun Jackson. I don't know how tall he was. You know how tall he was?
No, of course I don't.
We need a good. Deshaun.
Where's Zach?
Deshaun Jackson, 5'10". Is anyone? Yes, it does matter. It does matter. It does. You know what's going to happen, Dom?
He's going to get wonkered.
Can you feel it?
I feel
because you see
something in the air tonight.
Looking for the button. You are gonna have. I have to do it.
Wide receiver, it matters less than other positions, but there is still something about it mattering. You know, would I rather have someone at 6'1" that can run, or would I rather have someone at 5'8"?
Get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
He's been put in timeout.
I would say I'm shocked, but it was coming. I was
Muggsy Bogues. I was trying. This is the kinder, gentler Tim. Because we're only at 61 likes. If we were at 70 likes, I wouldn't be kind and gentle.
No, look, you've always said a difference of opinion is absolutely fine. But now, but then you
I always lie. You either agree with me or get the hell out.
But you have to back it.
I like cut down. That wide receiver doesn't matter. That's why you got wonked. What's you know what? I don't understand why they cut Thompson or the other guy. I can't remember the other guy. He had like 12 tackles on Sunday.
Yeah, Meadows, something like that.
Meadows or something. I don't know why they cut him, to be honest. I don't know. They must have some thought process. Is John Ross III still out there? He might be. I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish it was a baller.
Brad, I'm going to be singing that in my head.
I know. I saw that one. I was like, I gotta what you call it.
I was like, you might as well read it out because I've already read it. I've already seen it. So
I know.
I'm already there.
Everyone wanted to be Darren Sproles. I didn't want to be Darren Sproles. I want to be Dick Butkus. I wanted to be Kenny Easley.
I want to be.
I didn't want to be Sproles. I want to. Tom just wanted to be Bilbo Baggins.
You leave my uncle out of this.
These dumb
nice inheritance.
These dumb fans be like, Tom Brady was drafted in the 7th round, I believe. So we should wait until the 6th round to draft a quarterback. I swear, I hate my fellow fan base. Join the club.
Wasn't Gardner Minshew a 6th round pick?
The porn stash. Yeah, he was. Actually, Gardner Minshew was. Good job, Dom. We need help in every position. Rose from Iowa got released from the Chiefs. Good player. Yeah,
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad thing. How do you get rid of the final 50? How do we get rid of the final 53 now? I don't know. Bobby Goodtime says he's only an inch taller than Dave Meggett. Remember how small he looked. Dave Meggett was a running back. Joe Morris was 5'7". I am talking about a wide receiver. I am talking about an outside wide receiver. Boy, people are hung up on height. I think you got a lot of angry short people. That's what I think you do. Hey, listen, I'm blessed with height.
All right.
I'm blessed with height. So what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? Hines Ward was 5'11". Stop saying people got to stop writing Hines Ward. He was 5'11". Oh my God. Tyrone says, again, you're the one making ridiculous statements without the man ever playing the Oh, Tyrone, I love you, but
Get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Tyrone got put in timeout.
He's not messing around tonight.
I'm not messing around. I am not messing around tonight. I actually may go out in the yard and try to hit somebody.
Did Danny DeVito ever make a side in the NFL? I'm trying to remember.
Santana Moss was 5'10". Is that 5'8"?
How about Tom Cruise? Did he make it?
I love this one. Wasn't Rod Tidwell from the Arizona Cardinals short? Show me the money. Yes, Rod Tidwell was very short, but he smoked all those fools last year. Sorry. This is not a drill. Early bird access. Oh, great. I'm glad it's not a drill.
By the way, with that chest thumping, are you about to star in The Wolf of Wall Street?
It's fine. I never saw the movie. I saw that scene in the movie.
Oh, there is a movie I've seen that you haven't seen. It doesn't happen often.
No, there's not. A lot of short people in here. I say, yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of short people in here.
No one shorter than me.
There's. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a taller. I'm gonna have that on my head for the rest of the day. I had 64 likes. Let's get 6 more likes.
And then you'll do the.
No clue.
With the pads on, you can do it incredibly effectively.
What's that?
I said with the pads on, you can make it.
That's just me beating my chest.
I think that scene was improvised. Yeah, it was improvised, and literally Leonardo DiCaprio was like, "What the f is happening?"
People in the chat be like, "Eli Manning was 6'4". That means Robinson will make it.
It's not to say Robinson won't. It just means it's going to be harder for him. It's just going to be harder for him.
But it's going to be difficult at 5'8" to play on the outside in the NFL.
Oh, he can't be playing on the outside, surely. I mean, he's got to be playing in the slot.
They had him listed the other day.
I know they did, but
I went by the Giants depth chart.
I know, but that doesn't mean that's where he's going to play. I mean, he might do, but
that's true. Frank S says it's going to be a long season. Wish I could be a little bit more optimistic, but peace out. Maybe I can help you, Frank. What just makes that little old ant think he can move that rubber tree plant? Everyone knows an ant can't. Shut up, Dom. Move a rubber tree plant. Because why, Dom? He's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the. I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish it was Doug Baldwin. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, Tim. Knew you would get that one. Of course I was going to get that one. Love the Rod Tidwell reference. It's the ABCs of me, baby. I do not start training camp without a contract. Sorry. Now he's really hot.
Yeah, I think we're all out at Tim singing.
Shut up.
You're supposed to be cheering up, make him feel better, give him some optimism for the season.
There's the optimism this season.
There is a lot of optimism. There's a
lot of optimism this season. We're winning 5 games. Get over it. Just get over it. We're winning 5 games. You see anyone else telling you otherwise, they're stupid. Or they're just trying to get people to watch their channel or read their comments or like their Instagram. I guess do you like Instagram? Not really on Instagram.
I mean, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't take anything sports related terribly seriously on Instagram.
Right.
But other than that.
Yeah, that's all they're trying to do. If anyone tells you they're winning 10, 11 games, don't just do you subscribe to people on Instagram?
I think you follow them, like
Okay.
Twitter.
I like Twitter. Okay, so if someone like tells you
It's
they're
just
gonna
picture. It's more pictures rather than like written stuff. But
whatever. If someone tells you on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever else, that the Giants are winning 10 to 11 games, unfollow, unsubscribe. That's all. And your life will be so much better.
or they're talking about 2025.
Or if they talk about let's get to 70 so I can turn this off.
But yeah, there are reasons. Look, there are hit it. Look, it's going to be the sunny Englishman because it's never sunny here, so we have to make up for it with.
It's always sunny in
personal-
Philadelphia.
It is. There's a whole show about it and everything. Oh dear me! And it's and Seattle is full of people that can't sleep.
How do you know Always Sunny is in Philadelphia, but you don't know the show Breeders, which is from the UK?
Shut up! I've got 2 young children. I don't have time for TV.
You didn't even know Luther.
No, I haven't watched Luther, but it is on my watch list.
Luther's only been on for 5 seasons, which is one of my favorite shows.
I know. It's on my watch list. And it was on my watch list before you told me to put it on it and threatened to beat me with a club. But the hopes of the season, and you've said it in one of your videos, if not twice this week, and you're absolutely right. There are some pieces on this team that we can start to get excited about and start to put talent around going forward. That's that, coupled with Shane and Dable that you have to still believe in until they show something different, although they did take a step toward it with this roster. There are things that you can start to see. And actually, I think you're starting to see them put together the best roster that they can with what we've got. You've got players here like McKinney, like Neal, like Thibodeau, like Ojolari, that you can start to think, yeah, there's some players here. But it is going to take 2 or 3 years once we get out of cap purgatory and we start doing some drafts. And someone said it earlier, you have to start making your 2nd, 3rd, 4th round draft picks hit. We are going to have to see them hit. And then you can start to get towards a winning team again. So I think there is some cause for optimism. You will only really see the foundation start to be dug this season as best we can with what we've got.
I don't know what you were saying. I was watching myself on Twitter.
Nice. And whilst watching Luther.
I was watching myself on Twitter.
It's okay. You be mean. I'll do the nice sunny stuff.
I'm not mean. Fuck you.
Because that's definitely not mean.
Shut up. Nobody likes you. I'm not mean. But you're right.
I know I'm right. It happens once in a while, and that was right.
Blah, blah, blah. Dom is right about something. I don't know what it is.
I'm 5-73 for the day. I'm doing all right.
To your point, it's going to be what it's going to be. If you are realistic and you look at this roster realistically, and evidently some people do and some people don't, would you sit there and say it's NFL caliber talent on a playoff team?
God, no.
And you have to be honest.
Players are, but
if you look from, I would say maybe the 30th guy to the 53rd, would those guys be on an NFL roster, a playoff team NFL roster? You got to be honest about it. Would those guys be on an NFL roster if it was a playoff team?
No, very few, if any.
Very few, if any. So it's optimism. Optimism is great. And I hope I'm 1,000% wrong about this season. And I will come on here and admit it if I'm wrong. I will. I always do.
I was going to say you always do, and but I don't think you will have to come on and admit it.
No,
it's going to be a tough season. We know that.
I think I'm going to win $1,500, and it's going to be a 5-win season.
I really hope someone pays you that $1,500. Having said that,
they're not going to. It's okay.
No, of course they're not.
It's not. It's okay. And I don't mind the fact that they're not going to pay it. But if we're honestly sitting here and looking at this and dissecting it, we're probably going to get wrecked in Tennessee. And I've said before, the Tennessee line is so suspect. It's beyond suspect. Because I watched all 3 Tennessee games because of Malik Willis. Unless that line somehow improves, you have an opportunity to create a pass rush. My only biggest concern is with that pass rush. If you are creating that pass rush, are you going to be over aggressive and have delayed handoffs from Derrick Henry, which is then going to rip into that secondary?
That secondary, yeah, because the gap will be there. Yeah, You're exactly right, and we were watching the Malik Willis when I was over in the US a couple of weekends ago, and he turned it around, but he was looking to sit and hold in that pocket, and they were just coming at him, and
They
you
were
know, a
coming
couple
at
of
him. He had like a second at times to make a
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
That's how
he
bad
was making his plays by getting out of the pocket because there was no protection there whatsoever for him. So that's exactly where you have to look to scheme it. But of course, whenever you're coming from somewhere, there's a hole somewhere else. You know, and Tannehill, for all his faults, particularly in the playoffs, is still a capable enough quarterback to do it. And if he's not, well, they're just going to hand it off to Henry, who is definitely a capable enough running back to hit those holes.
Right. So my theory is this, and I've said this a million times. We have a lot of fun here. And I hope the people that I insult never come back. Oh no. Wait, I was supposed to be contrite here. I hope the people that they think I'm insulting you. We're just having fun. Dom will attest this to you. I'm like this way just in real life. I threatened to throw Dom's watch out the window 5 minutes into him being in the car. You know, it's Rod Tidwell. These are the ABCs of me.
I hate to disagree with you, but you're not like this in real life. You're far worse.
And I was on my best behavior.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, your wife told me.
I know. I was on good behavior when Don was here. Next time you come and when I end up in the UK, you'll forget about it. All bets are fucking off. all bets are off. That's like when James and his girlfriend came here. You know, he's like, well, you're not exactly the same as you are on the thing. I said, I was on my best behavior. So I was
you were on a 3-line whip.
I was being good. So, Dom didn't get my wife told Dom that she didn't get the you didn't get the full effect. you maybe got me at like 50%. For those that do not know, Dom kept looking at his watch while we were in the car. And I've known Dom now for 2 years on the internet. And yes, we'll explain why you're looking at his watch. So he kept looking at his watch while we were in the car. And he kept doing it like every minute and a half. Not even that.
Like every 30 seconds.
Every 30 seconds. So at one point we're sitting at the toll booth and Dom kept doing it. I looked at Dom and I told him, you look at your fucking watch one more time and throwing the watch out the window. And luckily you went better than the America with me for about 5 minutes.
If that.
It was at least 5 minutes.
Yeah. We had to walk from the airport to your car, and with your knee, that took at least 25.
My knee feels much better though now.
That's good.
It really does. And the swelling's almost gone completely. Like I'm almost walking normal now. I've been riding the exercise bike.
Excellent.
So
if I flew out again in a couple of weekends' time, we'd be able to make it to the car in under 10 minutes.
Yes.
You knew that was coming.
Stanley says, hey, Tim, I disagree with you. The Giants are going to be a 10-win team because they're going to have an explosive offense combined with a stout defense, an easy schedule come in the Giants win, Tim. Dom, do you remember that?
That's sarcasm.
Is that sarcasm? I was about to ask you if that was sarcasm. I'm not sure. I'm not sure from Stanley. I think it is sarcasm. Because how did those 8 games last year go on that easy schedule?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a really good point. You don't know what an easy schedule is from one year to the next. You can work out whether the rest of your schedule is likely to be easy 4 or 5 weeks in, maybe, but not before you start. There's too much turnover in the league to know what's going to be a good team, what's going to be a bad team, you know. And then you've got exceptions like Florida's Dolphins in year 1.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap up these final ones. I want the Giants to draft Max Mitchell, Abraham Lucas, and the pass drafts, so we could have had a true right tackle. Yeah, it's true that we are good with their techniques. Yeah, like I said, maybe Alex Leatherwood sneaks through the draft, and we can work out something with Leatherwood. Man, I'm still checking the waiver wire here. Let's see. No, they just. I'm thinking, I would pick him up if I was like a team that had cap space. I would pick him up. Dom, you got anything to close this out with?
No, I mean, only to really say that, look, I'm excited to see what the roster looks like ahead of week 1, because I think there will be changes. I think that's going to be exciting. I think there are some questionable decisions on this roster, but, I still have faith in Shane and Dable to see them turn it around.
Are they questionable decisions when you look at the talent they cut? Are those truly questionable decisions?
I'm not necessarily saying the talent would have been better. You take Sills
It's
and
not
Buckman,
like
right?
it's not like they cut Jerry Rice in his prime to keep David Sills.
No. I mean, it's not like they decided to get rid of Dalvin Tomlinson so they could give Leonard Williams mega bucks. It's nothing like that. But it's about certain position groups in terms of the sheer numbers, but also in terms of, you know, we've been joking, but also there's a serious point behind the punt returner. So you actually Buckman Sills, is there much difference from them in terms of their wide receiver ability? Probably not, and neither are going to. You know, I was joking with you earlier, but you know, then whoever thought that I'd get upset that Alex Buckman didn't make the team tells you where you're at. But actually, that's where the questionable decisions come in because of the versatility that you are going to need in certain positions. But I think we will see some changes to that before week 1, and let's see what that week 1 roster looks like. And I think that's going to be exciting to see that. Those changes coming days.
Mike Lopez says that we should pick up OJ Howard off of waivers. T. Brad says everything is trash, our wide receivers. And we got Todd Taylor says no easy schedules in the NFL. Alabama, including Tennessee State, is easy. NFL teams play other NFL teams. And I think that's where we're going to end it at. I think that's where we're going to end it, Dom. And we're gonna end it in a big way. Big Blue and Dom, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you at the next stream, and check out my video tomorrow about the 53-man roster. Dom, we're out.